Hello, Aries. I am your awakening inner voice. You are not here by coincidence. The energies of the cosmos have conspired to bring you this message. Open your spirit and allow the wisdom of the universe to illuminate your path today. You have not arrived here by accident. Aries. There are ancient forces, invisible threads that have pushed you to hear this message right now. In this precise moment when your spirit needed a sign, a spark, a key. Every now and then, the universe whispers, but only to those who have the inner fire to understand it. And today, that whisper carries your name. The astral wind has guided me to you, and what I am seeing in your cards must not be ignored. Listen, stay, breathe deeply, because something decisive will be revealed to you during this message. Something that could change the tone of your day and the course of your destiny. Stay until the end, Aries, because what is written for you does not wait twice for the same soul. There is a phrase that will be your key, your sacred declaration, your luminous affirmation, and I want you, as we move forward, to repeat it silently or softly, like a spiritual echo embedded in your energetic field. Today I free myself and allow the light to guide me. This phrase will resonate with you 3 times throughout this reading, like bells opening portals. Aries, as I open the first card, I feel a warning. There are small but insistent forces circling your steps. Silent enemies. People who observe you without revealing their true intentions. This is not for you to fear. It is for you to awaken. The energy shows me shadows that do not come from external entities, but from ordinary people who carry envy, resistance, or simply the desire to slow your natural momentum. You, Aries, sign of cardinal fire, move forward with strength, with drive, with that spark that makes those who live dimly uncomfortable. And that light creates shadow. This reading invites you to recognize it, not to look back in fear, but to walk forward with wisdom. Have you ever wondered why certain people distance themselves precisely when you decide to grow? Why obstacles appear when you are just about to achieve something great? It is not coincidence. It is spiritual causality. Today I free myself and allow the light to guide me. As I move forward in your reading, I see that the cards open with a particular alignment. It feels like a strong mix of hermit energy, justice, and the wheel of fortune. This triad shows me deep purification, destiny adjustment, an energetic rearrangement that even now is moving in your favor. It feels as if an invisible door is slowly opening for you, a door that had been shut by internal blockages, by doubts, by past wounds. Aries, you are fire, but even fire suffocates when confined. Your cards speak of old chains, of promises you made without noticing, of silences you carried for too long. This is the moment to break them. Bad streaks are not punishments. They are pauses imposed by the universe so you can reevaluate your path. But now the pause is over. I tell you with certainty. Something is moving behind you, and you cannot see it yet, but soon you will feel it like an impulse lifting you, like a warm wind pushing you forward. And here I want you to write in the comments this powerful affirmation to anchor it into your life. Today I claim my rebirth. Write it with faith, with intention, with commitment to your own light. Not because I ask, but because by doing so, you seal a pact with yourself. And as a gesture of gratitude to the forces guiding you, remember to thank the universe in a symbolic way. Like this message as an act of spiritual openness, as a way of declaring that you are ready to receive more signs, more guidance, more light. This small gesture becomes a bridge between your intention and your transformation. Now, Aries, we move to the second layer of your reading. What I see is not simple. Your path has been a mix of intense lights and long shadows. But the universe never exposes you to darkness without giving you a candle. I feel that in recent weeks you have carried internal doubts, questions that stop you. Am I doing the right thing? Am I moving toward what I truly want? Am I alone in this path? And although you haven't said it aloud, the energy shows that your soul has been asking for a sign. And here it is. Not random, not arbitrary. It is the answer to something you silently asked for. Today I free myself and allow the light to guide me. As I observe the next card, the Seven of Swords reversed appears. Many fear this card, but here in your reading, it means revelation. Enemies unmasked. Lies exposed. Betrayals coming to light. The universe is telling you, you will no longer walk blindly. Divine justice is not a myth. It is a law that operates when the soul is ready to receive it. And you are. This turning point in your reading marks a before and after. As the deck settles in my hands, I feel a warm shiver, a movement announcing the return of balance. Justice will not only fall upon those who harmed you, but will also give you a new opportunity. A chance to rise with more strength, more clarity, more direction. The storm is passing, Aries, and on the other side there is a clean, fertile landscape ready for you. And now that we are at this point, the main message of the universe, the one I hinted at from the beginning, emerges intensely. You are entering your cycle of liberation. A cycle where what once held you back begins to dissolve, where paths that were blocked open, where opportunities you couldn't see begin to appear. And even if you cannot fully feel it yet, believe me, the universe is aligning pieces you could never move on your own. Now let's talk about your overall energy. The aura appearing in this reading is a mix of reddish and golden tones, signs of strength, personal power, clear ambition, rebirth, and enlightenment. Aries, you are the warrior of the zodiac, but even warriors need a moment of revelation. This is yours. In love, balance returns. If you are in a relationship, the tensions you sensed recently will begin to clear, because the energy shows honest conversations, agreements, and an emotional openness you hadn't felt before. If you are single, the universe prepares an encounter. It won't be casual. It will be pure synchronicity. Someone enters your life to remind you what genuine love feels like. But stay attentive, because this arrival will be subtle at first, almost imperceptible. In money, your cards announce recovery. What seemed stagnant becomes unstuck. New opportunities appear, agreements materialize, projects take shape. There is a financial boost accompanying you in the coming days. The Empress card ensures fertility in your economic path. Plant. Aries. Plant with intention. At work, a figure of authority watches your progress. Not negatively, but with interest. There are possibilities of recognition, adjustments, positive changes. This is not the time to give up. It is time to insist with intelligence. Your color of the week is deep gold. Your lucky numbers: 4, 11, 21, 30, and 44. Your spiritual energy is connected to the force of creative fire, a fire that purifies without destroying, that transforms without consuming. And here I close this first part, Aries. Remember, this reading did not come to you as simple content. It arrived because there was a message your soul requested, and you have already begun to receive it. Aries, as I once again spread the cards before me, I feel that your energy has shifted since the first part of this reading. It is as if something inside you has settled, as if an inner peace had clicked into place. That is the magic of a reading that arrives at the exact moment. It doesn't inform, it transforms. And you are in a process of deep transformation, even if you cannot yet fully see the results. Remember this from the beginning of the second stage. True changes first occur in silence in the soul within. Only afterward do they manifest on the outside. You are not here by chance. It is no coincidence that you return to this reading to continue hearing what the universe has prepared for you. I sense a very clear echo, almost as if invisible forces wanted to remind you. Everything you are receiving today is a sacred calling. Not a coincidence, but a response, a message that insisted until it found your presence. Sometimes we think we choose when to watch a reading, when to open a video, when to listen to guidance. But that is not always the case. Sometimes it is the reading that chooses you. And today, Aries, you have been chosen. In this second part, I invoke once more your power phrase, the one that acts like a ritual drum resonating through your energetic field. Today I free myself and allow the light to guide me. Let these words enter your breath, your thoughts, your decisions. Repeating them here is not redundancy. It is ritual. It is reprogramming. Now, Aries, we move toward the deepest heart of this reading. And I want you to listen carefully because what is revealed now is not superficial. There is a movement that feels ancient, almost karmic. The first thing appearing in your cards is a warning of rupture. The intense presence of the tower, but not in destruction, rather in liberation. This is a tower that does not fall to punish, but to open. A tower that collapses over everything that had grown old, over relationships that no longer nourished you, over habits that drained you, over beliefs that chained you without you noticing. This is not destruction. It is spiritual surgery. I feel that lately you have been carrying a strange weight, as if you have been trying to hold on to something that no longer belongs in your destiny. And here arises a question the cards want you to ask yourself. Why do you keep holding on to what has already let you go? Sometimes, Aries, pain does not come because things leave, but because we insist on holding them even after they have broken. The universe does not want to punish you. It wants to realign you. But to do so, it needs space. The tower makes way for a deep vision that appears immediately after. The Ace of Pentacles. This card, special and luminous, announces new beginnings in the material realm, in finances, in stability, in your future growth. But there is an important detail. The ace never comes to closed hands. It needs you to open, to release, to allow. Abundance requires space. And you are entering a cycle where prosperity wants to reach you, where financial flow wants to stabilize, where new opportunities are seeking to knock on your door. But, Aries, can a new path enter if you are still staring at the old one? Today I claim my rebirth. That is the affirmation I asked you to write earlier, and here it returns so you can feel it. Not just as words, but as a declaration of war against your own resignation. If you haven't written it yet, do it now. And if you already did, look at it like a mirror. And remember, as a gesture of gratitude and openness, thank the universe with a symbolic act. Like this message, not out of obligation, but as confirmation of your commitment to yourself. It is a pact with your destiny, an agreement with your light. Now, Aries, let us dive into the hidden, into what cannot be seen at first glance. Because this particular reading has a strong presence of silent enemies. Not major enemies, not terrible figures, but people who, driven by envy or insecurity, have placed dense energy in your path. Do not be afraid. They cannot touch your essence, but they can slow your progress if you are unaware of who surrounds you. The Hierophant card appears reversed. And when this happens in a reading like yours, it reveals deception, false appearances, broken promises, friendships that are not friendships. Aries, you are noble, direct, straightforward. But not everyone shares that transparency. And the cards want you to be alert. Not paranoid, alert. There is someone, a close or recent figure, who does not celebrate your victories. A person who applauds you publicly but murmurs internally. And although their intentions do not have the power to harm you, they do have the ability to cloud your perception if you do not awaken. Have you noticed someone who appears only when they need something from you, but disappears when you need real support? Have you felt someone copying your ideas, your moves, your words, without giving you recognition? Have you sensed someone looking at you with a smile that doesn't feel entirely sincere? The cards indicate that this person will be revealed soon. Not through chaos, but through divine clarity. Here, universal justice enters once more. Because what is hidden must eventually be revealed. What is stolen must be returned. What is wished with malice is reversed. You are not alone. The forces are rearranging your surroundings. They are removing pieces that hinder, clearing paths, restoring light. Today I free myself and allow the light to guide me. That phrase, Aries, serves as a shield. Let it serve your energy field whenever you feel doubt or tension. You are stronger than you think, but you do not need to be strong all the time. Sometimes awareness is enough. Now, we move forward into the ascending development of the second part. I see something very special. A shift in your emotions. An internal breaking point. As if something that has weighed on you for a long time is finally beginning to release. For you, Aries, emotional weight has always been a silent battle. You are fire, yes, but you are also sensitive, intuitive, perceptive. What you do not say you store in your chest. And that weighs. The cards announce a deep emotional change. The presence of the star illuminates the path. This card appears when wounds begin to heal, when the soul begins to believe again, when hope returns without asking permission. It is not naive hope. It is wise hope. It is the light that appears after crossing the tunnel, the certainty that emerges after the storm. Aries, in this stage you will begin to feel lighter, more focused, more willing to make real changes. Your energies are leveling. Your heart is regaining clarity. And most importantly, you are beginning to trust yourself again. And when an Aries trusts themselves, nothing and no one can stop them. Now comes the most intense moment of the second part. The appearance of the card that marks the climax. And it is not just any card. It is Judgment. A powerful, sacred card that announces divine callings, revelations, decisions that change destiny. When Judgment appears in a reading, the universe is asking you to awaken. Not to think, not to analyze, not to wait, to awaken. Judgment brings three main messages for you. First, a decisive opportunity is approaching. Something that can transform your life if you choose to take it. A proposal, an encounter, a message, a contract, a decision with weight. It will not be something small. It will be a portal. Second, something that was stalled finally begins to move. A process, a project, a family matter. Something that seemed frozen will begin to flow. Third, your spirit is entering a phase of ascension. This is not cheap motivation. It is real energy. You will feel the change. Your day-to-day life will shift. As if something inside you says, I am finally breathing again. And here, Aries, is where I deliver the message I promised from the beginning. Your destiny is changing direction. Bad streaks end. Blockages dissolve. Divine justice has already begun to act. And you, for the first time in a long time, once again have an open path before you. Before closing this part, let us revisit your love life from a new perspective. I feel that in this stage your heart is preparing to receive a deep, authentic connection. One that is not sought, but arrives. If you are in a relationship, the emotional bond becomes more honest, more transparent, more mature. Misunderstandings are cleared. Love strengthens. If you are single, get ready. Someone is coming who will change the way you see relationships. Someone who does not complicate, someone who adds, someone who recognizes your worth from the first moment. It won't arrive by chance. It arrives because your energy is changing. In finances, be cautious with impulsive decisions. Your prosperity is expanding, but you must be strategic. Very good opportunities are approaching your door. Do not reject them out of fear. Do not take them out of anxiety. Evaluate. Decide. Advance. At work, I see progress, recognition, and an unexpected movement that favors you. Good news. A shift in dynamics. An improvement. A proposal. Your spiritual energy remains active, vibrant, lit. The forces walk with you. Intuition will be your guide. And I close this part with what the universe wants you to remember. Today I free myself and allow the light to guide me. Aries, before continuing, I want you to pause for a moment and feel your breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Because this third part is not simply a closing. It is a spiritual seal. A sacred closing that unifies everything revealed so far and projects it toward your immediate future. What you are about to hear does not come from chance or from the noise of the world. It arrives because you have been guided to this exact point. There is purpose in your presence here. Something within you knows it, something beyond reason connected to your deepest memories. Perhaps spiritual, perhaps ancestral. You are not reading this for entertainment. You are reading this because your soul asked for answers, direction, signs. And the universe, always faithful, responds when the spirit is awake. This third part begins under the same mantle that has accompanied you from the start. The certainty that you are not here by coincidence. You have been summoned. You have been drawn by an invisible thread guiding you toward your destiny. Aries, the universe does not act through whims or accidents. It acts through synchronicities, vibrations, exact alignments. And you are in an extraordinary alignment. Your path is changing. And this final revelation is the closing of a portal and the opening of another. Before moving forward, I recite your sacred phrase one last time. The one that has marked each phase of the message. The one that has vibrated 3 times in this reading like a mantra of liberation. Today I free myself and allow the light to guide me. If you can, say it now. Whisper it. Write it. Feel it. This third repetition acts as a final key. An energetic closure that solidifies your new route. Now we open the final expansion of your cards. I spread the entire deck, Aries, and the energy emerging is very different from that of the previous parts. It is warmer, brighter, more certain. As though you had walked through a long, dark tunnel, and were now standing before an open door from which a soft but intense light escapes. This light represents your path, your true route. It is the reflection of who you become when you release fear, when you make decisions guided by your inner strength and not by the doubts others project onto you. Here appears the first card of this final phase. The World. A card announcing achievements, cycle closures, completions, deserved successes. Not small or temporary successes, but transformative ones. The world appears when a soul has completed an entire process and is ready to ascend to a new level. Aries, you are closing an important karmic cycle. Something you have been repeating for years, perhaps even across past lives, breaks here. Something that kept you locked in recurring patterns finally dissolves. The energy of the Queen of Wands also appears. This queen is you, Aries, your empowered, clear, firm, intuitive, confident version. A figure of fire, decision, awakened intuition. The Queen of Wands represents your true spiritual state when you release doubts. She represents your natural leadership, your creativity, your strength, your vision. The reading becomes more intense as the cards open. The next major arcana emerging is the Moon. And although many fear this card, in your reading it has a sacred purpose. To illuminate the hidden. What was concealed in your subconscious begins to reveal itself. What you did not want to see becomes evident. What you avoided facing must now be looked at directly. The moon does not punish. It clarifies. But before clarifying, it unsettles. And you, Aries, in recent weeks, have felt that uneasiness without knowing why. You have had strange dreams, sudden intuitions, sensations of alertness. You have felt energetic shifts without logical explanation. This has not been random. It has been preparation. The universe has been sharpening your intuition so you can detect those who do not vibrate with you. So you can recognize opportunities you once would have overlooked, so you can hear signals others cannot perceive. The moon opens an inner channel, a channel where you no longer depend on what you see, but on what you know. Your intuition will be your most powerful weapon in the coming days. But now comes the most important part, the true final turning point. The card marking the climax of your entire reading, the Chariot. And this card, Aries, is a divine declaration. It represents movement, victory, determined action, direction, and above all, inevitable success. The Chariot appears when destiny activates, when a path opens that cannot be stopped. Its presence indicates that you are entering a stage where action, speed, and opportunities will be constant. Nothing will stagnate again. Nothing will stop. Nothing will slow down. This is the cycle in which you take the reins. And here comes the strongest message of this entire closing. Aries, victory is yours. It is written. It is sealed. It is on its way. And nothing and no one can stop it. This triumph is protected by higher forces, guided by your fire energy, and ensured by your internal decision to rise. What lies ahead for you is growth, stability, advancement, expansion. This is the promise I give you, the one that has been hinted at from the beginning. Your shadows have fulfilled their purpose. Now it is your time to shine. A complementary energy appears to close the reading. The Sun. A card of happiness, clarity, success, joy, rebirth. This card is a blessing, a confirmation, a cosmic embrace. When the sun appears, the path is fully illuminated. There are no more doubts, no more interference, no more confusion. Everything becomes clearer, warmer, more hopeful. Emotionally, this card announces what you have been hoping for. The arrival of a period of harmony and genuine love. True connection. Stability and tenderness. Emotional clarity. If you are in a relationship, the bond strengthens, wounds heal, the connection renews. If you are single, prepare yourself. Someone is coming who sees you, who recognizes you, who vibrates with you. It will not be a mediocre relationship. It will be a relationship that transforms. In finances, the sun brings abundance. Money that was stopped begins to flow. Projects that seemed stagnant come back to life. Opportunities that did not exist appear. And you will not have to force anything. These things will arrive on their own. Because when vibration shifts, the world responds. In work, your cards bring news, recognition, praise, proposals, promotions, openings. Professional success is marked. Even if you do not see it now, it is already written. What comes next is stability and sustained growth. Your power number in this final part is 17. Your spiritual energy rises under the vibration of divine fire, an ancestral energy that activates only when the soul is ready to receive it. And you are ready. Before closing, Aries, I want to give you the special affirmation you must write in the comments during this part as an act of absolute faith and deep decision. Today I choose my destiny and claim my victory. This phrase is no coincidence. It is a decree, a spiritual command, a pact between your soul and your path. Write it with intention, and then reaffirm your gratitude to the universe by liking this message as a symbol of commitment to your transformation. This is not an empty gesture. It is an energetic ritual that opens doors. Now, to close this sacred message, I want you to hear the following as if it were a whisper from the universe itself. You are protected. You are guided. You are ready for what is coming. Your path opens. Your light expands. Your victory begins now. And before I say goodbye, Aries, I want to leave you with these last words, short but full of power. Your story does not end here. This is only the rebirth. Do not forget who you are. Fire that illuminates, a warrior who advances, a soul that transforms. Thank you for allowing this message to reach you. I accompany you in your light and in your path.